Now differentiation and integration. To get friendly with differentiation, firstly we have to look on the derivatives. So the derivatives is the rate of change of function with respect to a variable. Both terms differentials and derivatives are intimately connected to each other in terms of interrelationship. Now differentiation is a technique uh, for calculating a derivative. How it represents? Differentials are represented as dx, dy, and dt, where dx represent a small change in x, dy represent a small change in y, and dt represents a small change in t. So the derivative of can be written as d over x or can be written as a bar. For example, here it can be written as dx d over dx cos x is equals to minus sin x, or the derivative which is cos x bar is equals to minus sin x. So here are the techniques of differentiations which we will discuss one by one. Firstly, the power rule. The derivative of x raised to 4. Firstly, write the power before the function. Have here the power is 4. And after doing that, subtract minus 1 from the actual power. Here 4 minus 1 is 3. So the derivative of x raised to 4 is 4x raised to 3. Multiplication by constant. The derivative of 4x raised to 6. Here 4 is constant. Putting this 4 aside. So applying power rule, which is write the power before the actual function and subtract minus 1. So the power of x will become 5, and 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. The ultimate derivative of 4x raised to 6x is 24x raised to 5. So in some rule, derivative will apply at every function after addition sign. So here the derivative will be applied on 5x square and 10x square separately. So derivative of 5x square will be 10x and derivative of 10x cube will be 30x square. Then summing these two derivatives, the value will be 10x plus 30x square. Difference rule. In difference rules, the same phenomena will be implemented followed by the minus sign. Now the product rule. What is the derivative of sine x into cos x? According to the product rule, derivative of f into g will be f same derivative of g plus derivative of f and g same. Here the sin x is f and cos x is g. So the derivative of cos x is minus sin x and derivative of sin x is cos x. So the derivative will be sin x into minus sin x plus cos x into cos x. So it will multiply those sin x square sin square x plus cos square x. So simplifying this, the ultimate derivative of sin x into cos x will be cos square x minus sin square x. Generally the quotient rule is f over g is equals to g into derivative of x minus f into derivative of g over g square. So the derivative of sin x over x is equals to same x cos x, which is the derivative of sin x, minus sin x into 1, which is the derivative of x over x square. So simplifying this, we get sin x cos x minus sin x over x square, the derivative of sin x over x. Derivative of 1 over x square. Shift the denominator to the numerator, so it will become x raised to minus 2. Solving this same as power rule, minus 2 will write before the function and 1 will be subtracted from the power. It will become minus 2 raised to minus 3. Minus 2 minus 1 will become minus 3. Shift the negative value to the denominator to have the positive one. It will be minus 2 over x raised to 3, which is the derivative of 1 over x square. So now the chain rule. Chain rules tells to find the derivative of a composite function. Firstly, find the derivative of cos x, which is minus sin x minus sin x. Here the cos x is equals to cos x cube. So the derivative will be minus sin x cube. And then the derivative of angle should be taken in the case of sin x. In generally case of sin x, the derivative of sin x is cos x and its angle is x, and its the derivative of x is 1. But now here the angle is x cube, where derivative is 3x square, whose derivative is 3x square. So the derivative of cos x cube will be minus 3x sin x cube. So integration is the method of finding the total by combining sections. It can be used to find areas, volumes, central points, and many useful things. The process of finding integrals is the inverse of finding derivatives. The symbol of integral is stylish as for some the idea of summing sections. Here it is the integral symbol, and 2x is the function we want to integrate, and dx is the slices along x. So these all are the techniques of the integration which we will discuss later. So let's start with the power rule. So what is the integration of x raised to 4? So we have the formula for the power rule, which is x raised to n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. What is the reason to add c? I will tell you later. So now x raised to 4 and 4 plus 1 will be 5. Here the value of function is x raised to 4. The x will be 4 plus 1 over 4 plus 1. The integration of x raised to 4 is x raised to 5 over 5 plus c. 3x raised to 3. Any constant which is being multiplied by a function will shift outside to the integration. Because the integration of any constant is 0, will let the whole function will 0. So shifting 3 outside the integration and solving the remaining by power rule, we get x raised to 4 over 4 plus c. Multiplying this by 3, we get 3 over 4 x raised to 4 plus c. So now the sum rule, integration of sec x square plus 2x plus x. As the sum rule of derivative, it will treated separately. Every function treated separately. So the integration of sec square x is 10x plus c, and the derivative of x is x square over 2, which is x square plus t due to the constant of which is constant 2. The derivative of x is x square over 2. Summing these values, we get 10x plus x square plus x square over 2 plus c. So integration by parts. General formula of integration by parts is this, where u and v are two functions. In our case, x represent u and sine represent v. So by the formula, u same, the integration of sine minus integration of whole in which derivative of x and integration of sin x. So the integration of sin x is minus cos x, and derivative of x is 1, and integration of sin x is minus cos x. Multiplying minus cos x with the 1, the value will be minus cos x dx. integration of sine x minus cos x is sine x, and the values are copying the same. So now minus into minus will become plus, sine x will be the same, plus c. Simplifying this, we get sine x minus x cos x plus c, which is the integration of x sine x. So now substitution rule. Substitution will be implemented when the derivative of a function is present outside, as it is representing here. Let's check in the example in which is sine x square 2x dx. Is it satisfying the condition of integration by parts? So the derivative of x square is 2x, which is present here. So the substitution method can be implemented. So letting x square is equals to u is equals to x square. So derivating this to find the value of dx. Du over dx is equals to 2x. The value of du will be 2 dx. Substituting these values of u and du in the question, sine u du. So the derivative integration of sine u will be minus cos x. So minus cos u will be the integration of sine u. Substituting the value of u in minus cos u plus c, which will give minus cos x square plus c, which is the integration of sine x square 2x dx. So now why c is adding in the integration? It is the constant of integration. It is there because all of the function whose derivative is 2x. The derivative of x square is 2x. The derivative of x square plus 4 is also 2x. The derivative of x square plus 99 is also 2x. Because the derivative of a constant is 0, so when we reverse the operation to find the integrals, we also known 2x, but there could have been a constant of any value. That is why we are putting plus c over every integration process.